2. Episode 97. You're kicking the table, buddy.
Watch. I'm Sheila, also known as Sheila D37.
And I'm Wendy, also known as Penny Wendy.
And we have a special guest.
Owl Boy.
You want to say who you are?
Her son.
Also known as M Dog.
Yes, also known as M Dog.
The oldest and most mature.
Of
all my boys.
Of the 3 of us?
Well, I was thinking about my boys.
Mature of the 3 boys, second oldest.
That's right.
Yeah, Daddy's mentally what?
Yeah,
8?
5.
All right, go off and play.
All right.
He wanted to say hi to everyone, so he did.
He did. So, Sheila's here.
I'm here, tired, but here.
Sorry, we're still futzing with the camera a little bit. There we go. Yes.
Sorry
Sheila
if we just
is
made
tired.
somebody nauseous.
Deal with it. It's only at the beginning of the show. We won't touch it again. Yes, Jean-Luc Picard stayed at home. Unfortunately,
And
he
we
is
actually
working
had an
on a
extra
project.
guest. Is he?
He is working on a project, so if he has to record with me again, he is going to have a work in progress, just so you know. And, it's good to be back with Sheila.
I know, it feels like forever, and it's only been 2 weeks.
I know. It seems like
It's been a very busy 2 weeks.
And we talk to each other, like, almost every day. It's not like we don't talk to each other. But
No,
I haven't seen you in 2 weeks.
Yeah. It's just been crazy.
Dude, that's so weird. Get a job.
I
Get
do.
a real
That's the
job.
problem.
Get a real, regular job and no overnight job so that I can go back to seeing you on a regular basis.
Yeah, but if I get a real job, you'd probably see me even less because it's still the weekend. So.
I would come and see you in the afternoon.
Not if I got a 9-to-5 job.
No, don't get a 9-to-5 job.
Try not to.
Get a 5 to 1 job. That's a good.
That's what I have right now.
That's what I'm saying. And get a part-time. No,
That's what I'm hoping.
Get a part-time.
That's what I'm hoping.
9 to 5.
There could be a possibility of them hiring me, but I might have said something last Friday to kind of.
Oh.
No, nothing severe. Somebody said, "Oh, did you?" Because she asked me how far it was. I said it's about 30 minutes. Because at that time in the morning,
It's not bad.
not bad at all. I'm cutting right through Boston. She goes, "Oh, would you like a job?" I said, "I would love a job." I said, "But I'd ultimately love to work at New England Rehab, which is their sister company, and it's here." And her face kind of dropped, and I'm like, "Oh, I shouldn't have said that." But I would love for them to offer me a job, and it would be part-time, but it may not be the hours exactly that I want, but I'd probably still take them.
Yeah, part-time would be good. Or if you did like 1 day of the weekend. That would be pretty crummy for family time, though.
It would be crummy for family time.
I'm like totally thinking about how it affects me.
Not my family.
Not thinking about your family at all.
No.
All right, we've talked enough up front, I know.
Yeah, we have more to talk about on that subject in Crushes and Heartbreaks,
Yes,
I
so
guess.
the washcloth knit-along is our current knit-along. I will open a thread for it today. I didn't open it because we hadn't recorded yet, but now we're recording.
I
so.
forgot about that. I'm glad we mentioned it. I'll have to
I'm in
throw one
charge of
those.
remembering all this stuff.
Yeah,
I have
I know.
everything written down.
My brain, I can barely remember to
She
put my
has
socks
to
on.
conserve her brain for like her 3 jobs. I only have to worry about the 1 job. So, yes, and we have 1,156 people in the Rev group.
All right, great. Awesome.
So I'm going to let you go first this week
All right.
since you have less and you haven't been on the show for 2 weeks.
My current working project is actually winding up a half-used ball.
Sorry.
I don't have anything on the needles. I had a headband on the needles, if you remember.
Yeah, what happened with that?
I was running out of yarn, and I had already reduced the widest part, and if I reduced it anymore, it wouldn't have been worth it.
Yeah.
So I just took it apart. I ripped that out, so I'll find something to do with that. I don't know.
Make a toy.
Yeah, probably. A nice bright yellow toy.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Make a banana.
I did cast...
Sorry. What's wrong with me?
I did cast on a small little project, but I have something else I'm coming up with, so I took it off. All I did literally was cast it on. I didn't even start knitting it. If I wasn't falling asleep at work last night doing the head bob, I could have had most of it done.
I can't even believe it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bless you.
And I'm working on very little sleep right now.
Yes, because what happened was my son had karate on Friday afternoon. He doesn't always have it on Friday, but he's had it this Friday. So we couldn't do it Friday afternoon, which would normally have been our
Yeah, I think that,
choice.
either I take my kids to her house or she comes to
Yeah, it
here.
would have worked better that way. And then yesterday, I was at spa in Maine, so I couldn't do it yesterday. And then this morning, she was going to come over to my house, but then when I went to schedule it in my calendar, I realized I had a hair appointment, which is why my hair is so shiny.
Yeah, because
nice.
I would have gone straight to her house from work,
Yes.
which would not have been pretty either. Not that this is any prettier.
It would not have been good either way. So this is it. This is how it is.
This is how you do it. Sorry.
So anything else on the needles?
Actively, no, I don't think so. I was gonna cast on a nice scarf, but somebody requested some socks, so.
Oh, yeah.
And because I love him.
You can't help it.
And he keeps stealing mine.
You are related to him.
I am related to him. And the thing is his foot is just slightly bigger than mine.
So when he's done with the socks, they just come back to you.
Yeah, because you know what? The only reason he's the one who's getting socks is because his foot is just about the size as mine. Because I haven't knit Zachary a pair since Fruit Loops.
Yeah.
My husband hasn't had a pair since the knee-high debacle.
He's never getting...
Matter of fact,
pair.
I knit him a nice dress pair of socks. And very expensive yarn when I first started learning how to knit. And they've been sitting in his drawer that I think I'm going to have to cut. No, because they're not thin enough. He likes to wear those trouser socks type of deal. The thin ones.
Jim wears too.
And but he likes them all the way up to his knees or close to it. Like I'm going to pull mine up now.
Cam is just...
Well, you should... No.
It's just like too much.
The reasoning is, okay, most socks come up to about here, right?
Yeah.
He's got these huge... calves.
Yes, I remember you doing the gussets for his calves when you did the knee socks.
They fall down, so I can understand that. So if he gets them halfway, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
They just fall down. And who likes socks that fall down and end up going up into your heel?
Okay, that I don't like.
So that's what he doesn't want. But we've agreed that he will never get socks made from me.
Not after the knee highs.
Well, you know, I'm still working on the knee highs. This is my fault. It's pure laziness in the sense that I got some stuff to put like rubber backing on it.
Yeah.
I did one and I haven't worn it around to see if it will work yet.
Yeah.
If not, I'm just going to rip it out or cut it and just make them for me because
I would. Just cut them off and just bind off lower.
Yeah, I know. I should.
So, just that or more?
So what were we...
on the needles.
Yeah, we
She's
have
not
nothing.
all the way awake.
No, I'm not. I have literally nothing on the needles.
Okay.
I'm going to cast something on right now. That's
what
I'm looking right now.
I will tell you what I have. These are the things I didn't bring today because I'm on the road. I did not bring Little Baddie or Aquaphobia. I showed them last week. I did not work on either of them at all. So they're still there. I still have them in my living room. And they will get some love as soon as I get Shipwreck Shawl out of the way.
You shouldn't have even started Shipwreck.
I love Shipwreck, but it's one of those projects that I have to power through or I'm going to end up putting it in the corner and it will never get done.
Nobody put Shipwreck Shawl
Nobody
in the corner.
put Shipwreck Shawl in the corner. Don't do it. So I have made significant progress. I am more than halfway through the third repeat of the knit one.
Oh, how are you doing on the randomness there?
Great. I just throw them on when they look good. I'm going to see if I can try to show you. It's really hard to see the beads. You can kind of see them there. So the centerpiece is in here. It's like a giant Rasta hat. I was putting this on at spa yesterday. It looks like a giant Rasta hat.
Or a painter's, you know, the painters.
Probably look a little bit like...
You look like a painter.
I know how George Washington...
Oh my
It's like George Washington hair. Yeah.
All right, whatever.
So I've done the whole center thing, and I have about, you can see the edging, if I can pull it out like this. You can't see it fully stretched, but it's a good 6-7 inches of the netting. I'm on size 10 needles, and I have learned a couple. Well, the first thing I've learned during this project is it's easier than it looks. Because that center medallion is not difficult, and it's all done when you only have a small amount of stitches on the needles, so it goes really quickly. So this project is actually technically easier than I thought it would be, number one. Number two, I really don't enjoy knitting lace in the round because it bunches up. I guess I could get a really long cord for these needles, but I'm lazy. And it's a little harder for me to read my knitting, to read my knitting.
You need it?
To need my reading, to read my knitting.
Is that
So
right yet?
I have to stop and look at it, like commenting from off the screen.
Hey.
So I have to stop and look. I have to pull it out and look at it sometimes. I mean, not anymore because this is the third thing that I've learned. Knit one, yarn over. No, knit two together. I'm sorry. Knit two together, yarn over, which is this.
Sorry.
It is very mindless and great TV watching knitting, but I am getting sick of it. Like, I'm not going to lie. And when you do it with these giant needles and yarn that's this thin, it's like trying to knit with thread and 2 baseball bats. It's really awkward.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, God, this is annoying. It's annoying. So, but I think this is going to be really gorgeous when it's done. And I'm thinking I'm going to enter it in Topsfield Fair.
Oh, yeah.
I think I am. Because this is, a shipwreck shawl like this is one of those showpiece type things. I can guarantee you the odds that I will ever wear this shawl are slim to none. Because it's round.
Yeah.
And round shawl, I mean, they're kind of an awkward, maybe if I went to a wedding or something, I might fold it over and wear it, but I think with all the beading work that went into this would be a really good festival entry. So this is Shipwreck Shawl by Knitting Harpy. The pattern is free on Ravelry, and it's from knitting.com. And I am knitting it in Spirit Trail Fiberworks Clotho lace, which is her discontinued lace base. It's merino. In the Ancient Stones colorway. And she may still do that colorway, but you can't get this base anymore. And the glass beads are Edo Miyuki glass seed beads that I ordered through my local bead store in the lime-lined crystal. And you can see I have some pre-strung right there. They're really pretty. And I think they worked out great because they are very subtle and they just look like drops of water, which is what the effect that I kind of wanted. Yeah. I didn't want them to be like, in your face beads. So, and now Melissa's going to make fun of me saying, in your face. So yeah, that's that. So I literally have like 22 more rows and this will be done.
Really?
Yes, but
they get bigger every time.
No, they don't. It's the same number of stitches. You just make the needle bigger.
How many rows? Like every...
It's like 1,000 stitches. It's a lot.
No. I'm sorry. Like every 5-10 rows it goes
every
bigger
13 rows
okay.
You go up a needle size. So I'm on the 10s. I'm almost done with the 10s. Then I'll go to the... I'm on the... Then I'll do the 10 and a half. And then I'll do 1 row in the 11. And then I'll bind off in the 11. So... Excuse me. That's that. And it is in my everyone's seen this before bag from Knitting's My Bag. I saw lots of Knitting's My Bags yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah, a couple of people had them. They showed them to me. Let's see. The next thing is my wannabe voodoo doll.
Oh, yeah.
I'll talk about that more later, but I was inspired by Susan Cladino's Voodoo You Love Me doll.
Sorry.
Mine is, I know, it's not as cute as hers. And I know that he looks weird.
Neck's a little long.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
This is how he looks. He has one leg done. I haven't done the rest of him.
I'm having
I like his neck.
time with Lorna's laces right now, splitting.
And I am knitting him out of, I was inspired to do a doll because she did this really cute doll, but mine doesn't look anything like that. So if you want to knit one, get her pattern. And I'm not going to write up a pattern for this because that's not my idea. So, but thank you for those of you who asked. It is knit out of my hand spun Spinner's Hill in the Zoe colorway, which is what I was calling that. And you have to imagine that he has another eye that's an X right there. And that's a leg. I haven't done much on him. I have been busy with other things. So.
And again, in a Knitting My Bags bag.
Yeah. I have a couple of these bags. Oh, and she's coming up with this really cool fiber bag that I am super excited about. Some people in her thread gave ideas, and I told her I wanted to have this and this and this, and other people added it, and she came up with a prototype, and I love it.
So good.
So you know I'm going to end up with one of those at some point. The last thing that I have on the needles is Lacuna by Angelia Magar. This is the pattern that I tech edited for Angelia and that we just will draw a prize for today. And I cast it on in my...
Ooh, that does look pretty.
Isn't it pretty? And it's going to have the opposite stripes in the edging. It's going to be cool. I was a little nervous.
What yarn is it?
This is Hyacinth Bucket colorway
Oh,
of
yeah,
Spinning
yeah,
Fates
yeah.
that Lois from Dings My Bag gave me for Christmas.
Bouquet.
Well, it's Hyacinth Bouquet is how...
It's
This is
Hyacinth Bouquet.
Hyacinth Bouquet, but it's
I know
Hyacinth
it's
Bucket.
I know, but it's Hyacinth Bouquet.
I know, Lois already told me. For me, it's Bouquet. And it is based on my favorite colors. And I think it's just, I love how stripy it's knitting up. I was a little nervous about how, this is the shawl, by the way. This is what it will look like in the end. I was a little nervous how this would look with variegated yarn, but I kind of love it.
Yeah, it is pretty.
And I am ready to knit the edging on. I am at the edging.
What do you go from here and then?
Yeah, it's a sideways
Okay.
edging. So this will be stripy one way, and then there will be stripes the other way.
It's
and
funny
because
because
it's going to be pretty.
I was looking at doing that shawl before someone requested socks. I was going to do it in a pink and gray stripe, but I wasn't sure how it would look. But it actually looks pretty.
It's really cool with the stripiness. I'm going to love it. So yeah, you'll see more on that next week. And I have that in the Plover Bird bag, which made me realize that the one that we had in the prize bag that I thought was mine that I hadn't used is actually a prize from Plover Bird that we need to give away. So maybe for the washcloth knit along, you'll be getting a really awesome Plover Bird bag if you win that, because she makes a nice little bag.
Yeah, I was using my Plover Bird. Plover
Bird.
I said
Oops.
bird.
I closed it all up and I didn't put my project back in. But yeah, Spinning Fates, this is not a regular colorway of hers. Lois special ordered it for me, but I know at least one person from our group ordered some. And so if you ask her, she might dye it if you like the Hyacinth Bucket colorway. Bouquet. Hyacinth Bouquet.
I'm always going to say
Sorry.
bouquet, just to be like Hyacinth, that's all.
I'm going to stab you in the eye with a fork. I'm like this close. All right. So that's...
You missed me. Come on.
I know. That's all I have actively on the needles right now. And
right now
Write
I
your
have...
date.
Right
You
now
have a date.
I know, but I also have a little thing on the needles.
okay.
But-
Now she has another thing on the...
No.
It's like magic.
I know. It's a little bit of a toe. I have a... Rate your date. I finished something.
Thank God, because I don't have one.
This is all I have left. This was a generic toe-up sock with short row heel and a, I believe it was a Millen's skein of...
Rare Gem. Wasn't it a Rare Gem?
Rare Gem or Millen's. I've lost the...
Yarn, the ball band.
Yeah, thanks. I've lost the label.
She has not had a lot of sleep.
No.
She just worked all night, so it's a little rough.
But it's
already
Blue
today.
Moon, that fiber art socks that rock in the medium weight. This was gifted to me last year by Diane from Knittables.
Who was a very nice woman.
Yes, absolutely. I've been able to punch these out fairly quickly because this mindless knitting. Do this at work while reading a book. I can do half of a sock easily.
Yeah, without even realizing it.
Yeah. So, what did we say this looked like? Water lilies?
I think it looks like
Monet's
Monet's water lilies.
It does, and they actually match pretty nicely too. So I've come to realize I put these on this morning. They're not blocked. I probably won't block them. They may be what I wear tomorrow. I put them on this morning when I finished. This will be my definite go-to sock.
Yeah, notice
In
how
this
she no
weight
longer
yarn.
does cuffs, though, with ribbing.
Well, if
She
you
just does
want it
roll
to be
top cuffs.
mindless, to
I'm
me,
just
ribbing is
saying.
not mindless as much as this. So
I'm
yeah,
just pointing it out. It's her new sock recipe.
it is.
Short row heel, no cuff.
This fit like it was a template. It fit perfect for me. And this is, My generic sock it's the medium weight, so it's a heavier sock yarn, 64 stitches.
I'll help you talk.
Yeah, because I can't. 64 stitches with a short row heel. And it fit perfect. It's pretty dense.
I love how thick Socks at Rock is. It's a good sock.
And these I can wear at work with my dance gows. They fit.
Yeah, good.
And these would actually make a nice mitten if I wanted to do that with mittens. And I think someone's going to try and steal them from me.
Mm-hmm.
But I really enjoy this. So it's finished. Oh, my son wants you to know that he fits in my socks. He steals them from my drawer.
Hand-knit socks, people. It's the way to live.
No, there are some socks that when I do laundry, I look at them, and if there's something that I know he'd wear, like ones that he's currently wearing now, which were made from,
Cicada.
No, it's not Cicada. It's summer socks. Your mom made these.
Oh yeah.
My yarn, but her mom made them for me. This is like a cotton nylon blend. So I put in socks that are his color that I know he'd wear that aren't too girly and sturdy for him. I'll put them in his drawer. And like I said, the only reason he gets hand knit socks is because they fit me right now. But if he grows, if his feet grow too big, ain't happening.
Ain't happening anymore.
No. Then Zachary will be stealing all my socks when his feet fit mine.
Cool.
But the only socks he's not allowed to wear are socks that don't have any nylon in them.
Oh, yeah.
Which that's one of the reasons why I want to keep knitting socks is because when I was young and naive into the sock knitting world, I got yarn that didn't really go well.
Yes. I don't like to knit with
replace.
Acrylic blends very much, but I have learned that socks last much better if there is some nylon in them.
Now, Blue Moon doesn't have any nylon in it, but it's
so
4
thick.
ply. I think.
It's so thick
or something. So,
but yeah, I totally hear you.
64 generic stitches, toe up with Judy's Magic Cast on. I make it so that it's 12 stitch heel.
And a 12 stitch toe.
That's what I meant. But yes, it's 12 stitch heel, 12 stitch toe. I go down.
I always do 14. 14 is my go-to number.
12 is mine for some reason. I don't know why it works out well for me. And
you have pointy toes. She does. I'm not going to talk about your feet again because we know where that's going to end up.
It gets me very defensive. So, this is my sock.
Very nice. I'm glad somebody had a finished object. I have no dates to rate. And Whirlwind Romance, still working on my sweater yarn from Diabolical, so I didn't bring that to show. It's not really exciting.
What good are you?
I know, not very good. Future dates. Do you have a future date?
I do have a future date. As a matter of fact, it's a future/cast-on date. So like I said, I was going to cast on for a scarf or a shawl. Again, probably something in like the garter stitch, mindless. But my son requested me. I had made the Harvest Dew socks. I don't even know what I made them out of. It's an orangey yarn.
I think that was our hand-dyed.
Not that one.
It wasn't?
No.
I know we made socks for our kids out of that Kool-Aid dyed yarn.
Yes, I did.
Because I did too. Or my mom did.
It was Cherry Tree Hill Super Sock.
That's right.
And that didn't have... No, that was 100% merino. And because it's, orange, he loves that color, which I do too. They are getting thin, so I told him not to wear them. I have to patch them right around here. They have not created a hole yet, so I need to weave in.
Oh, yeah, good
idea.
idea.
I need to do that, but I need to put them aside so that we don't wear them. So he had requested a pair of socks with the same pattern. I told him to pick out a skein of yarn. He said, who knew it could take that long to pick out a simple skein?
We kept cutting them off. First he came out with string theory cashmere. I was like, that's not happening.
No, first he picked something else, didn't he? Or was it the cashmere?
It was the string theory caper sock. No.
So then I told him, I said, listen, this is my B sock yarn and this is my A sock yarn. Pick something from the B first. If you cannot find something from the B, then we can work together on the A. I would have been happy to knit him something with Socks at Rock. I'm just glad he didn't because I just did Socks at Rock. I wanted something else.
Yeah.
So I saw this because he's a boy. He wants something funky. So I have this left over in my zombie barbecue from Lorna's Laces Sport Mate, which has something fast. I can't think. It's
What's the name of that stuff? It's got that stuff in it that like
I just had it up.
heats up your feet or no? What is it?
Outlast.
Outlast.
It's viscose fiber that interacts with your body's microclimate to moderate temperature from being too hot or too cold. Doesn't really work that well, but it's all right. My feet get really cold though.
Yeah, I know.
So
my feet are cold right now.
Mine not.
I have wool socks on, but my feet are freezing.
Yeah, this floor is cold.
Yes.
So I picked this out. I said, how about this one? And I told him the only reason it is because I already have a pair made of this. So what I have to do is, why I ran off the screen is I wanted to weigh this before I started. I have 90 grams, so 45 grams for each sock. Toe up, short row heel, because short row heel doesn't take any extra sock or yarn. And then I'll finish whenever I run out.
Good idea.
Which will probably be also another rolled cuff.
Hey, whatever floats your boat, lady.
But I'll probably make these a smidge longer so that he can wear it.
Yeah.
Just a smidge.
And then, you can just take it when his feet get too big.
Yeah, then I'll have 2 zombie socks.
My future date is in the pink. I told you that by Izzy Knits that I'm going to do in my denim.
I just, I'm sorry, I wanted to show you what the Harvest do, although Melissa from His and Hers Knit just did it. I think Amy Froggy Monkey was doing a knit along.
Oh,
somebody was doing a knit along on the Harvest Do socks. I did a test knit on these. That's how I got into them. And I made a mitten.
They're pretty.
I made a mitten out of them.
Yes, I remember that.
I was test knitting Rachel's mitten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
The mittens are in my car. Not a lot of good.
Remember my Selbuvat or not mittens? Those are in my car. The one with the horse.
Oh, seahorse.
The horse fish. That's what I was gonna say. The seahorse. God, we're bad. I did not get a lot of sleep last night either, but not the level that she did not get a lot of sleep.
There was the eye roll that people say I do all the time.
You do. Whenever I'm editing, I'm like, Jesus, Sheila.
I'm sorry. I have no sympathy when someone says they don't get sleep.
I want to put an arrow pointing to your eyes just every time you do it. So yeah, into the pink. I'm gonna do it in the denim colorway of Zoberball.
After
the this lace gets off the needles, that'll be my next lace project. Yeah, I don't know when that's gonna start, but I'm definitely doing that.
I think after this next sock, I'll do the Lacuna or the ruby slipper. I need a garter stitch.
Yeah, something that you can just bang out. 30-day shred. Level 2. Oh, whoops. I'm just reading my notes.
We're skipping something here. That's your future date there?
No, I already said I meant to say crushes and heartbreaks. I read you my first crush and heartbreak. What's your crushes and heartbreaks?
So my crushes and heartbreaks. Heartbreak, obviously, is that I'm not able to record like I used to with Wendy and for you guys. But I've been doing my externship, and that entails me getting up at 3:30 in the morning. Mm-hmm. Traveling through Boston to get to the South Shore. The travel isn't, I know, South Shore, it's like, a whole nother state. And I've learned that really, it is. There is a line at Boston. Mm-hmm. North Shore people and South Shore, never two shall meet. Or never
the twain shall meet.
I told them where I was from. I told them where I'm from wasn't so bad as long as I say that I'm near Burlington Mall. People tend to get that.
Massachusetts is very insular. People live in their little areas and they do not go outside. Yeah. When I first heard, she lives on the wrong side of 95, so she lives in the middle for me. I'm a North Shore person. I was like, where the heck is that? I've never heard of that town.
Yeah.
I know. Well, you want to be North
when
Shore.
People were asking me where I went to school, I told them, they're like, where's that? I said, Malden. And north of Boston.
North Shore.
They're like, really? Wow. And I'm like, it's 20 minutes from here.
See that? But if you look on a map of America, you will see that Massachusetts is very small.
It is.
But everybody's really insular. And I live probably equidistant between the North Shore Mall and the South Shore Mall. I probably live right in the middle.
As the bird flies. But because you have to go through Boston, But
I mean, if there's, if you go on a time, like it's not the rush hour, right? But like to me, going to the North Shore Mall would be like driving to Canada.
South Shore.
It's South Shore would be like driving to Canada. It's like, oh my God, I'd have to pack a lunch, you know, and it's same with the Burlington Mall. I'm like, oh my God, the Burlington Mall.
And see,
we're so far away.
We, believe it or not, where we are, we tend to go to the North Shore, not the North Shore Mall, the Pine, is it Pine Glen? The other small mall. No, Liberty Tree Mall.
Liberty Tree?
We
Yeah,
tend
I
to
go
go
there
there.
too.
But
I like
talking
Liberty
to
Tree.
these people, they're like, North Shore, oh my gosh. I'm like, really? There's an invisible line in
I
Boston.
have been telling her this, and she never believes
Oh,
me,
I did.
but it is true.
Yeah, when I had my quote-unquote real job before my son got sick, I used to deal with a lot of people down in Fall River. And those people...
Fall River's like not even in our state practically. That's how far away it is.
It's right on the
South
border
Shore.
of Rhode Island.
And the Cape, forget it. Like,
Yeah, North Shore people don't go to the Cape very often.
no, the Cape
But
is too
The
far
thing about
away.
Fall River is the people who live in Fall River work in Fall River.
Yeah, they stay. Everyone
stay.
in Massachusetts.
Fall
people
River's
are
a
very
big
insular.
fishing community. Very big fishing community for the South Shore, and then Gloucester's the fishing community.
And if you
Anyways.
live in Boston, you're even really insular to your like neighborhood.
Oh yeah.
You know, like if you're an East Boston person, you know East Boston, and like everything else is a mystery to you. It's just very strange. And the older I get, and the more I tend to meet people outside of my area, the more I notice that fact. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I knew it because I've worked with it before.
but it's just
But it was
really
never an
startling.
issue for me because my brother lived down in the South Shore, and then when I tell my aunt I'm going to visit my sister-in-law out in the West, they're like, "Oh, that's so far." I'm like, "Really? I went to school there. I traveled there every weekend when my husband and I were dating because that's where he lived." I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" And to me, I think our generation and younger, it's not a big deal because
I don't
we
know.
travel so much.
To me, like IKEA. IKEA's on the South Shore.
It is, but
And
that's
it's like that.
But
to
that's
me, it's
even
like
beyond
driving,
where I
it's
go,
like
because
driving to Canada. It's like I have to plan.
IKEA. You gotta go South Shore and then west a little.
Oh,
You gotta go on 24,
Yeah, I gotta go on 24.
which
It's
isn't far
really
from Fall
far
River.
away.
But so I've been working. I've been getting up at 3:30 to be there at 5. So I get up, I go to the bathroom. You know, you do your morning routine. I get my lunch ready. I may make a breakfast to eat in the car because I'm not eating at 3:30. I might eat at 4:30, but get all my stuff ready. I have to be there at 5. And it's an inpatient facility, so we're waking up the patients to draw their blood. For my school, I have to do 100 draws. And I'm more than halfway there, and I have still 2 more weeks to go.
Cool.
I'm really enjoying it. The people are nice. They're older people, like my age and a little older.
Yeah.
There are a couple of younger girls, a little younger than me, 32 and 24, I think. But they're very nice, very helpful. Where I work, I'm actually in the lab, so I get to see them do the lab work. And I've gotten a lot of compliments from people saying you ask lots of good questions and I should continue on with my schooling. I said I intend to, but money, you know.
Yeah.
So
You
it's been
need
really
to
fun.
Make a little scratch first.
I need to get my foot in the door.
Yeah.
So that's my crush. I really like it. The heartbreak is getting up so early. I'm going to bed at 9 o'clock. I'm working basically 7 days a week because I'm still doing my overnight job on Fridays and Saturdays. This externship I'm not getting paid for. I haven't been bringing my knitting in, but I think I will. And just because I sit at the front desk and answer phones and waiting for people to come in to get blood drawn. So I might just stick my bag there and just knit and throw it in the bag. I don't think they'd have a problem with that.
I don't think they will either.
The only reason I like to look busy is because I'm being graded on this. Even though she told me we were going to be downtime, I just don't like to be standing there doing nothing.
No, you want to give a very good impression.
So the other heartbreak is I go to bed at 9. My husband sometimes doesn't get home until 7:38, so
yeah,
it's like
only
an hour.
2 more weeks.
I know. It's only 2 more weeks. But
hopefully after that, your life can go back to more normal.
Probably not. We'll see. And Friday night he came home and I went right to bed because he worked late, and because I was working the overnight shift, I had to go to bed a little earlier.
Yeah.
And then today I didn't really even sleep.
Yeah, well, you can take a nap after I leave.
Oh, I gotta do grocery shopping.
Oh, come on.
I don't trust him with that. Are you kidding? See, when I go grocery shopping, I set a mental budget. He just goes.
Oh, yeah, that's true. He
You know,
man
men
shops.
don't think about that.
They man shop.
Yeah, they
We
don't
need
think about
this.
that. Oh, I'm hungry. I want snacks. It's like the whole cart would be snacks. That's why when I go shopping, it's just me.
Yeah.
I barely even take my kids. It's just me. Because I don't want that extra stuff. We don't need it.
Yeah.
So, but I'll go. We gotta get ready for some football. Super Bowl Sunday, baby.
I'm not a Super Bowl fan.
I'm only watching it until halftime. Anyways.
Is that it for your Christian
I
heartbreaks?
think so. I don't know. I have no notes.
My
I have no memory.
my
I have no idea.
my crush and heartbreak, as I already said, the 30-day shred level 2, still soul sucking. But I'm doing it. And I'm happy that I'm getting better at it. It's still really hard, but I can live through it. I heard from Heather, who is also known as Boutros Babe, Heather of Highland Handmaids.
Oh, she was doing it for a long time.
She's still doing it. Katie, who's also known as Jet Girl 1313, she is also doing. They're doing level 3, and they told me level 3 is so bad that it's ridiculous. And I'm like, don't worry, it's gonna take me a year to be good enough to do level 3. But yeah, and I just added the couch to 5K running routine again so that I can break it up, because I'm telling you, my arms are so tired after I do level 2 shred that when I go to take a shower, I can barely lift them up. It doesn't even hurt. They're like so weak. It's like, I can't lift my hands. I'm trying to wash my hair. It's really bad.
So she goes like this.
It's like, oh, I have to move my hand. Oh.
You
So
need
to,
John
like,
Luke's
I
hand.
do. I can take the John Luke hand and just use that. I lean over against the wall and like rub my head on the hand. It's really sad. So that is my that's really my heartbreak. Although, you know, it's going well.
That's good.
I'm sticking with the program.
That's good. I think I haven't, side note, I haven't jumped on a scale, but because I'm at work, I have not eaten as much as I normally would. But the other problem is, because we're in a lab, we can't have food or drink outside in the lab.
Yeah.
Like, I get to the break room and I'm like drinking because it is so dry in that place.
Know. They always keep, because it's always in those.
It's going to be a room temperature contained, but my gosh.
And then my heartbreak. My crush is all the friends that met up with us at spa with me, because Sheila couldn't go.
I'm sorry.
Because Sheila had to work that day and then that night.
I missed you guys.
And then we would have gone to Maine and she would have had to work again that night. So there was no way that was happening.
I would be a zombie.
But I am going to do a little slideshow of at the end of this video of the pictures that I took of my friends at spa. And for those of you who came up and got a button and said hello, and for those of you who hung out and we had lunch and knit and everything, I enjoyed meeting you so much. And for those of you that we didn't see, I'm really sorry. We did wait in our meetup place for half an hour.
Okay.
And some people came. So, if you didn't see us there, I'm really sorry. I only have 2 buttons left. I gave away all the buttons, so.
I only have a couple. I have one here.
I know, I saw that.
I wear it all the time.
I gave one to Jessalu's mom. Hi, Jessalu's mom. I hope you like the pin. I don't know if you would have gotten it yet, because I don't know when spa is over, but you'll be getting it soon, I'm sure. So that was good. And like I said, I'm going to do like a slideshow photo montage at the end of the show with those pictures. If you're on Instagram, you will have seen them. But for those of you who don't follow me on Instagram, you will see them at the end of the show. So that is Crushes and Heartbreak.
I just
Baubles
want to
and bling.
apologize for one thing. I haven't been on any social media. I have barely been on Ravelry. I have not been on Instagram. I have not been on Plurk. I just want to apologize.
To be on social media.
But I just want to say I'm sorry. It's just I come
think people
home
understand.
at 2:00 and I take like an hour nap because I am just so exhausted.
And my feeling is you don't have to apologize because you're having your life right now.
I know, but I still feel bad.
And nobody expects you to apologize.
I feel like I'm just removed.
Yeah, I know. I know how you feel. I get like that sometimes too. But
anyways,
I don't think you need
baubles
to
and
apologize.
blings. I got nothing.
I did get some, not a lot. The first thing I got is one of the reasons I like to go to spa is to see my friend Josette, who is the mastermind behind Enchanted Knoll Farms. This is her card. Her name is Josette McWilliam, Enchanted Knoll Farm. She's also awesome and kind of cool. Kind of cool. Josette.
Was that the booth that you were hanging in last year a lot?
Yes.
And you helped out when
Yes,
okay.
that's Josette.
I had to remember which booth
I know
was.
Josette through my spinning guild and my friends. So I bought 2 of her bumps because they're so awesome. And this got a little compressed because Josette's bumps are like airy and light, and they tend to get on everything. I stuck it in a used bag from Diabolical so it wouldn't get all over my stuff. But this is Dragon's Blood colorway. It's a 3-ounce batt. Isn't that pretty? It has wool, sparkle, sari silk, and it's superwash. This just does not do justice to the levels of color that are in this batt.
It's really pretty.
I love it. I saw them, and I was with our friend Lisa that we know from VKN and from meeting up other places.
Hiker, right?
No, Jamel Knitter.
Oh, Jamel Knitter, sorry.
Lisa. And my hands were like this. That fast to get those things. It was like nobody, if people had been in front of me, I would have knocked them down. Because I really I love that color red, and I love Josette's bats. They are wonderful. So yeah, Enchanted Knoll Farms. She does have a fiber club. She also does beautiful hand-painted yarn. And she also, besides her bats are amazing. It's like a cloud of lovey, beautiful wonder that just sucks into your spinning wheel. But she also does braids and stuff like that comes in other forms. And you can find her on Etsy. And then the second thing that I got, I went to this great shop in Freeport. I went to a yarn store. On the way home, Lisa and I went to 2 yarn stores. Just for fun. On the way home from Freeport, after being at a fiber event, we went to 2 yarn stores. And I am not going to be able to remember the name of the yarn store now, and I got a card from them, but I think I left it at home. It's just down the road from the center of Freeport, and it's called Mother of Pearl. Mother of Pearl, I think. It's called Mother of Pearl, I think. And it's right next to the cotton quilt store, like in this little strip mall type thing, just down the road from Freeport. And they have amazing yarn there. I didn't need to buy any yarn because I have plenty of yarn, and I didn't need to buy any fiber because I was very good. My only purchase was going to be bats from Josette, and I bought 2 bats from her, and that was all I bought at Spa. So I was very... Yeah, well, I'm trying to save a little money so that, we can get our house fixed up and on the market. But I did find Lolo Bar moisturizer. They had samples out, and this one is called Just Lilac. And we have a lilac bush behind our house that's on our neighbor's property. And when the wind blows just right, you can smell it. And I opened this up. It smells just like real lilacs. Like,
it's really nice.
Unbelievable. So I had to buy this body bar, and I've been using it on my hands. And I swear I just want to sit there like this and smell my hands because they smell so good. So now I can have lilac
all year long.
All year long. I'm very excited about that. That was my one little splurge, like my, unaccounted for purchase. But I think it was totally worth it. And then also... when Jessalu and I were talking the last few weeks to get our Jessalu bag contest organized, I asked her to do a custom bag for me. And Jess and I have a long-standing joke with each other. There are a few things that Jess does not like. Like, I would say she might feel vehement about a few things that she doesn't like to do with her bags. And I tease her about them. But one of the things that is a lot of work for her and her poor mother, and I am sorry I made you cry, Mrs. Jessalu's mom, is to put ripstop nylon inside a bag. But because she's a good businesswoman and because she is my friend and because her mom likes me, she agreed to do a custom bag for me. This is her large bag. And it is the bunnies, her new bunny. Isn't that the cutest bunny? I love it. It's a new bunny cloth. And what I wanted to do, I have one of these large bags, and I showed it when we were doing the contest announcement. I like to carry my Woolly Winder flyer and bobbins and extra whirls and my oiling kit and stuff like that. When I go to my spinning night, my guild night, I like to put them in a bag because when I fold up my kick to travel, I'm really worried that the little round hole on the woolly winder flyer is going to get bent or knocked off. So I always try to protect them, and I have been wrapping them in a giant like pound-sized Ziploc bag. But I asked Jess to make me one of her bags with ripstop inside, so I can pack everything in here with a little padding around it, and then just carry this one bag and my wheel. And so she did that for me, and she also put a red zipper on instead of white because I asked her to. And as always, her bags have little bag. She calls it bag jewelry. Isn't that cute? That's her bag jewelry with crystals that match my bag. So, yeah. Stitched by Jessalu. Thank you, Jessalu. I ordered this several weeks ago from her when we were planning the contest, but rather than have her ship it to me, I knew I was going to see her yesterday. So I picked it up from her over at the Spunky Eclectic booth, where I saw my friend Amy, who is also known as Spunky Eclectic. And you will see a picture of Amy in the slideshow. So that's my last Baubles and Bling. Gossip and innuendo. For right up front, let's do the contests. As you know, we did a 2-month-long knit-along of any pattern by Kerrie Steinmetz, also known as Knit Pro Girl, who was a friend of ours, who died unexpectedly and tragically last November. So we asked that people post in the thread a picture of their finished Kerrie Steinmetz object. And before we recorded, Sheila generated the random numbers. Well, actually, her son generated the random numbers.
Of them, yeah.
And Sheila looked them up. And if you had a picture and your number came up, you won. And we have 2 winners. And these are both prizes that I donated from my personal stash because I wanted to do this from me because
You knew her better than I did.
I knew Kerrie. Yeah, I was closer friends with Kerrie, and I had been friendly with her for several months right before she died, and I was really, struck hard by her death. It was tough for me because she was a very vibrant, wonderful, loving, generous person, and it made me want to be generous too. So that's a good thing. Thank you, Kerrie. So the first thing that I'm giving away, this has been in my stash for some time. This is Lorna's Laces Honor Base, 70% baby alpaca, 30% silk, and it is in the Loopy U Shuffle colorway. This is an exclusive Loopy U Club colorway from when I was in her club 2 years ago.
Sorry, there's a little bug flying around your head.
It smells the lilac and it wants to get. It thinks it's gonna get some kind of nectar. So yeah, this is I think this is a DK weight. It is a DK weight. It's 350 yards. You could get a nice shawl or a pair of mitts or a cowl out of this, and it's wonderfully soft. And the person who won the Lorna's Laces is post number 93, Knitting for Fun, who did a crosswords at the coffee shop shawl. So PM me and I will send this prize right out to you. That's prize number 1. Prize number 2, also from the Deep Stash. I got this my first year at Rhinebeck ever. This is creatively dyed Beaches Base yarn, 100% superwash merino, more than 500 yards, 500 plus yards. This is a good yardage skein. Some Josette Batt is on it. And it is in the Silver Streak colorway. So it would make it's a semi-solid silvery gray. This would make a really great shawl, like this kind of a shawl with a lot of detail. This yarn has very good stitch definition. It would make a great pair of manly socks or, really detailed socks because you could see them. So you could have a lot of fun with this. And it's just a really nice all-around yarn. And this is going to post number 103 by Squirrel Acre. And she made a crosswords at the coffee shop and she turned it into a cowl.
So she did it like a small cowl.
She did it like a cowl, which is very creative. I think Kerrie would love it that you did something so creative with her pattern. because I know she liked to inspire creativity in other people. So Squirrel Acre, PM me, phone me, and I will send you, isn't that pretty? And I will send you this creatively dyed yarn. And then, because this is like the week that we give away a lot of prizes, we also have the Lacuna shawl giveaway. As you will remember from last week, this is the actual sample shawl knit by Angelia McGar when she developed the pattern, and she sent it to me after I did the tech edit so that we could give it away. And it is just, is that the front side? Yes, it is.
Yeah, there really is no front or back.
Yeah,
to it,
it's either way, but you can tell that's the back. It's gorgeous, and it is going to the winner number 1, person we drew first, number 91, Sissue, Sissue. She said that she would knit her version of this shawl in Fiber Nymph Dye Works Ode to Van Gogh and the Bedazzled base. So I think she'll really like the fact that this is scarfy. So Sissue, PM me, and I will send you your scarf. We're also giving away 2 patterns. The first person who won a pattern is post number 82, Crooked Knits. And she said she would do her version in DIC Smooshy with Cashmere in the midnight blue color, which I think would be absolutely stunning.
And DIC is Dream in Color.
Dream in Color, sorry. I am a huge Dream in Color fan.
I know, but...
as everybody knows, so I totally forgot that not everyone knows it's DIC. Sorry. And then the third person that we picked, who will also win a pattern for Lacuna, is post number 85, B Rocker, Beerocker, and she would do her version in Madeline Tosh Merino Light in the Foxglove colorway, which I think, because it's heavily variegated, I think would be kind of interesting, because I'm finding that I really like the way this pattern takes variegated yarn. It does something interesting to it. So, those of you, I need Knitting for Fun, Squirrel Acre, and Sissue to PM me with your addresses. The people that won Crooked Knits and B-Rocker, you don't need to PM me. I'm just going to give your names right to Angelia, and she will send you the pattern. So you don't have to bother to get in touch with me. And thanks to everyone who did both of the knit-alongs. And thank you to everyone who supported Kerrie's family by buying her pattern and putting a little money in their pockets. And I hope that everyone, our knit-along is obviously ending, but I hope people for a long time remember what a nice woman she was. She was a really nice woman and a really good friend. So this episode's for you, Kerrie. And I'm not going to get upset. So let's see. The last thing, just reminding people, North Shore Yarn Crawl 2013 will be March 14th through 17th. I don't think we're going to do it again this year, but if you live in Massachusetts or any of the surrounding states, you should check it out. I will link to it in the show notes. We are now having show notes regularly because I do them when I post the show.
I just show up.
She has no responsibility here. So that's all I have. Those of you who won prizes, get in touch with me. Everybody else, I hope you have a great week. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to fit my little thing on there. I might have to cut some stuff in order to fit my little slideshow.
Oh, we'll figure it out. Maybe you can do a second.
I could do 2 halves. I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna.
No, not 2 halves. Just do a slideshow of the spa and then do our episode.
Yeah, I could do that.
You know,
we'll see.
Anyways, I'm not sure what's going to happen next week, but I'll see you when I see you.
Have a great week.
Have a good week.
Knit with heart. Bye.
Miss when I'm distant. Everybody's